So you want to become a paid keynote speaker. Now, I need to tell you something. I'm going to share something with you that a lot of people in the industry won't share with you, but I want to let you know that you being a keynote speaker has nothing to do with your talent. It has nothing to do with your skill. And it has nothing to do with your story. Yeah, you may have an amazing story, but the reality is your talent, your skill, and your story has nothing to do with helping you get booked. It has everything to do with you having a system. And you see, this system has helped me grow my business over 25 plus years. This system has helped other speakers that I've worked with grow their business. This system helps you get found. Once you get found, you're able to get booked. And once you get booked, you're now able to get paid. Okay, so my name is Cantor Simmons, former NASA scientist turned international speaker, spoken all over this country, 48 plus states, paid gigs, multiple countries internationally. I started speaking way before 1999, before there was social media, before there was MySpace, Instagram space, Twitter space, all the spaces. And what I've come to understand is that having a system is the thing that's changed my business and changed the business of those that I work with. All right. So most people who want to jump into the keynote speaking business feel like their problem is their talent, feel like they don't have the confidence to speak on stage, or feel like they're not competent to speak on stage. And guess what? It's never that. All right. I've coached speakers after speakers after speakers. And what I've realized is that talent is the thing, it is having a system, right? So most event planners, these are the people that book you to speak. They don't hire speakers because they're the best in the room, right? In actuality, you really can't measure who's the best speaker in the room. What you can do is clearly see how speakers are different. So when an event planner says, hey, I want to find a speaker, they're going to look for someone who has a message, who has the goods to be able to help them. But more importantly, they're going to find somebody that they can find and that they look credible, right? Somebody that can make their job easy for them to say yes to. All right. So let's break down this system. Get found, get booked, and get paid. So get, of course, getting found is the first thing, right? So when an event planner goes to search for a speaker, maybe they'll go to Google, they'll go to LinkedIn, they'll go to speaker directories, and they're taking their time trying to find someone that is capable to speak at their event. But what if the speaker doesn't have a website? Guess what? They won't be found on Google. They won't be found on LinkedIn. They won't be found on the speaker directories, because one of the key assets that you want to have in your business is by having a speaker website. Now, I do a training where I go deeper into how to build your speaker website the right way. I show you the 7 biggest mistakes that speakers make when building out their website. If you want to jump on that training, you will see a link down there in the description. But your website is the most important asset for being found. Okay. It's not your portfolio. It's not the link in your Instagram. It's not your business tools. It's a website that's going to help you get found, right? A website that's going to help you show up in the search engine, right? When an event planner goes in to look, search for a certain type of word, you want to make sure that your website has a clear niche content, niche terms, and titles that can help you get found. All right. This is very similar to what I call the taxi driver versus the Uber driver, right? So you've seen a taxi driver. A taxi driver, he or she will sit outside the airport and they will just wait, right? They will wait for somebody to come out of the airport and say, hey, can you drive me to my next destination? But the Uber driver, right? They have a system, they have an app, it works automatically. So now I know for me, I'll get off of airplane and I'll grab my phone and I'll immediately go in to say, hey, I'm looking to be taken to this location. And because they have a system I'm immediately connected with the driver. The driver automatically knows where I'm going to go. I automatically know, and the driver automatic. Well, I know how much the fee is. I know how much time it's going to take, and it's all built into the system. And a lot of speakers are running their businesses like taxi drivers versus running their businesses like an Uber driver. You see the difference? A taxi driver is sitting around waiting for gigs and to be found. An Uber driver is being found and the system is operating for them. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is to make sure that when someone is searching for a speaker like you, the question is, will they find you? Do you have a powerful website that they can find and see what you speak about? All right, so get found. The second area is in get booked. All right. So they find your website, right? They come to your website, they see that you have the goods, they see that you have the message, they see that you have all the things that could benefit their event. But what if they can't book you? All right. What if they can't click a button and say, hey, we want you to speak at our event? Guess what? The deal will never get closed. You will lose the opportunity and you won't be able to cash in from that. All right. So when a person comes to your website, first thing they're going to visit, guess what? Your homepage, right? That homepage answers like your message. Hey, the event planner sees that you are the hero. You solve this problem so that their audience can get this result. And they can see that within less than 10 seconds. Right? You got a clear specific niche, you got a booking page, you have a place where people can actually go to inquire about your services. Not just an email to say, hey, call me here or email me here, but now they can go book you. And even as they're booking you, they're now seeing testimonials and social proof of how you've been able to help other people. All right. So, event planners, like they're busy. Meeting planners, they're busy. I was talking to an event planner the other day about a gig that I'm working on over in Central Asia. They've requested me to speak at a conference, right? Over in Central Asia, right? How did that happen? Because I had this system in place. But one of the things about event planners, they can get busy just like you can get busy. So when they're looking for a speaker, they're not going to be sitting here going through and trying to dig information and find a person with a certain color hairstyle that has a certain specific message. They're going to do their work. And if your website doesn't make them find you, if your website doesn't position you for them to book you, they're just going to move on to the next speaker. Okay. So you want to have a website that's found. Once a person comes to your website, they want to be able to clearly see that you can help them so they can book you. And thirdly, you want to get paid. All right. Now, here's the part that most speaker coaches never teach, right? And that is um, getting booked and getting paid are not the same thing. All right. Getting booked and getting paid is not the same thing. A lot of times, most speakers just rely on the speaking fee. All right. But guess what? When you have one gig, you get one check, right? If you got one speaking fee at one gig, they're going to give you one check. But I believe as a speaker, you now have assets within your voice. You can turn your speech into more speeches. You can turn your speech into a book. You can turn your speech into a program, into a product. You can turn your speech into a mentoring program. Now, guess what? Now that you've got found getting booked, getting paid is all about positioning your products and your resources before you get on the stage, while you're on the stage, and even after the stage. Like, how can you leverage maybe a book that you have, right? How can you leverage a book that you have? How can you leverage your curriculum? How can you leverage your workbooks? How can you leverage all of your resources so that they can be sold throughout the entire experience, right? How can you sell bulk books before you get paid? How can you sell products while you're on stage and then having a follow-up system after the stage. All right. So guess what? Your website, a powerful website. Now, I talk about this in my training where I break down how your website can make income for you or create income for you, and how your website should be able to create leads for you or generate leads. The two most important things you want to do in your speaking business is to grow your list and to grow your income. But guess what? If you don't have a machine set up, if you don't have a website set up the right way, you won't be able to get paid. All right. So guess what? Your talk, your presentation should position you as the authority. Your presentation should also position you to make more money. All right. If you don't have that, I want to show you exactly how to do that. I want to show you exactly how to turn a single keynote presentation into a five-figure back end profit center for you. All right. And be able to do it automatically. All right. So listen, you may think that you not getting a keynote speech or you not being booked has everything to do with your talent or your confidence. So you feel like you need more stage time, or you feel like you got to do more reps. You got to speak for free more. Nope. It's all about getting found. It's all about getting booked, and it's all about getting paid. All right. Now, these aren't three separate strategies. They're actually all part of one connected system. Your website is the hub, your marketing is the fuel, your keynote is the vehicle, and your offers are the destination. And I'll talk about that in another video. All right. This is what I call the profitable speaker engine. And it's the exact system that I've used to take me all over the world, all over the country, being able to deliver my message. All right. So if you want to build this system, if you want to build and build a business, if you want to learn how to become a paid keynote speaker, let's get your website together. Let's get your marketing system together. Let's get the structure of your keynote together. And let's get your profit and your assets and your offers together so you can get live, get out there in the world, and make the world a better place. All right. So click the link down in the description. Have a free training there for you. And I have a five a 5 night challenge where I take you where we can build out this get found, get booked, and get paid system. All right. Listen, click the link down below. I look forward to seeing you. And your message is designed to change the world. Hey, I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.